My name is Leon. My name is Leonie Nichols. I'm going to turn things over to our two-star director, Tiffany Dion, who is hailing from St. Port Lucie, Florida. So welcome, everyone.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Leonie. You are absolutely amazing and appreciate you for opening up the line tonight. I'm really excited, you all. We're getting ready to hear some powerful women in the industry. And so if you were invited here, it is because someone has identified you as being business minded. Maybe you are in the real estate industry, maybe you love travel, but you're going to hear from some women that are taking over multiple industries. And so I'm going to go ahead and pin them, get ready to bring them up as we do this interview. I'm looking for my ladies, looking for my ladies. There we go. There we go. Adding a pin there. All right. And I'm going to get myself up here as well as my moderator. There we go. All right. So Latricia and Tamara, great evening. Great evening. You all can unmute. How are you doing tonight, first and foremost?
Fantastic. How are you?
Amazing. Amazing. Latricia, you doing good?
Yes, very good.
I love it. I love it. I love what's getting ready to take place tonight. I know you're going to educate people. We're going to inspire them. We're going to let them know why the two industries that you all are involved in work very, very, very well together. So I'm going to kick it off with you, Tamara, and I'm just going to ask you to introduce yourself, give us a little bit of your background, as well as what made you decide to get started in this industry. And then Latricia, we're going to throw it right over to you.
Okay, well, I am Tamara Robinson. I am a born and bred South Carolinian. I have been in real estate. I started it in 2017. Prior to that, my background was in HR management, nuclear energy, and a lot of things that were high stress, as well as, real estate can be. I started my travel business last year. It's coming up on a full year, as a matter of fact. And I'm not going to tell you what actually made me get started. It's kind of a guy, but I always wanted to start it. I just didn't felt like I didn't have the time. But with everything happening with real estate and COVID, and I just felt so stressed out and felt like this was a really good opportunity to kind of counteract that, have some fun. I really also wanted the perks. And then so that was mainly it, to get the perks there. But since then, talking to everyone, and they say, you solo travel, you're always somewhere, you're always this. And so now I just realized that I want to be able to grow it, and that's where my concentration is, because now I can balance the two. So here I am.
I love it. I love it. Latricia, how about yourself?
Well, my name is Latricia, and I am born and raised Brooklyn, New York. I am full-time working for a global accounting firm as a career counselor. So I help people all day. I started real estate because I love helping people. And one of the biggest decisions you make in your life is your home. And be able to help somebody make that monumental decision and to see their faces light up when they find their forever home, it just warms my heart. So that's just an extension of me just loving to help people. So that's why I started real estate. I've been in real estate now 2 years. I was licensed in New York and Florida, but now I've been spending so much time in Florida that I'm focusing on my Florida market. So then I came across the whole travel thing because aside from helping people, I love to travel. I love going all over the world. I've been booking travel for my friends and family just for the fun of it since 1998. And I realized you can get paid to do that. So I decided to start my own travel business. And I've been doing it now for almost 2 years, and I'm having the time of my life.
I love, love, love that. Thank you so much for sharing. We are going to throw it to our third incredible real estate agent on the line, Miss Trish Norris. Can you tell us who you are, where you're from, and why you decided to start a travel business?
Yes, Jess. My name is Trish Norris. I live in Philadelphia. I'm licensed in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and working on my Delaware license. I've been a realtor just for a short time, but it's going well since 2020. I retired I worked for one of the major airlines, so travel was in my blood. It was there. I was all for travel. I enjoy real estate because there's no joy like getting to that signing table when you're at the closing table and seeing everyone happy, they're getting their new home. And it's such a good feeling. So I enjoy helping people. I love seeing the joy, and travel does that same thing for me. It allows me to get people to that joy, that happy place that they want to be.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, ladies, all from different backgrounds with the same passion and love
Yeah.
for both your industries. So I have a question for you, a question and an observation. One of the things that I think makes you all great at what you do on the travel business side is that you understand a commission-based career. So sometimes people like me who I came out of corporate America. I was used to people telling me exactly what to do, when to do it, here's your salary, and that was it. And so when I started looking at this business opportunity, it was a little nerve-wracking for me that my money was going to depend on if I made any sales. But when people come from the real estate industry, I find that they excel very, very well because you all just kind of have, you just know some things that maybe an ordinary person without that experience doesn't know. So my question to you all is, how do you fit running your travel business, your commission-based travel business? How do you fit that in the mix of running your commission-based real estate business? And I'll start with you, Tamara, and then Latricia, and then Trish. I want to hear from all of you.
Well, travel fits easily. And travel just seemed like a really good fit, and it seemed like the most logical thing, because when you're doing real estate is all over the place, and things happen. You have things that blow up at the last minute. You're fielding calls all day, sometimes at night. So you can't just go jump into a corporate job sometimes, or even part-time, because you need that flexibility, at least for me. And so travel would fit automatically into my world because, again, people are contacting you, they message. And then a lot of the vendors, it's so easy because you can send them a link, they can look at your page, they can even book from there. And it's just very simple, and they can contact you with questions, but it just flows more simply over there. So it just fits in very easily for me.
Me?
Yes, sorry, I was trying to unmute.
So, how do I fit both of them? They both, to me, are very similar in that the amount of money you make is based on the kind of work you put in, right? So I like the fact that if I want to make more money, I just gotta promote myself, as a realtor, or promote myself as a travel agent, start making my flyers, start putting myself out there. I'll get more clients, I will get more money. If I choose to just take a break and just, take some time off, I realize that, there is going to be a cost deficit there, but that's the choice I get to make. So to me, they're very similar. They both, like I said earlier, they both give you the same great feeling, because you really are helping people. So it's just I guess managing your day and managing your time. And plus I have a full-time job. So I'm up late at night, but this is the choice I made because I love doing it. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you. And Trish, how about you?
How do I fit both careers in together?
Yeah.
Well, like Latricia said, they do kind of go hand in hand, believe it or not. I always say to my clients, I can get you in your house or I can get you out. So, so if you want to go on vacation, I can get you out. You looking for a house, I can find one and get you in. I dedicate 4 hours a day to my travel, 4 hours a day to my real estate. Whether it's with real estate, whether I'm out with a client or, basically out in the field, that's my 4 hours. But when I'm home, I dedicate my 4 hours to my travel business, whether I'm sending a letter to a company, letting them know who I am and how I could be access to them, or whether I'm booking a trip, or whether I'm encouraging somebody and showing them why this is a good fit for them. I love how it gives me the flexibility that I need in my life. It works out great.
I love that word flexibility. That is probably one of the biggest things that stands out, I believe, about our business model. I even see it in the chat, right? One of the things that someone who's new to entrepreneurship, new to commission-based structure, one of the things that somebody may look and say, why do I have to pay to have a business? And I know that this is a question that you ladies, I feel like in separate conversations have all said, a travel business is a steal when you look at the
Yes.
what it costs to get started with travel versus what it costs to get started in real estate. So I want us to talk about that for a second, because our business models are similar in that way, where for people that are looking to start a travel business, there is an upfront fee. There is monthly overhead. It's minimal in my opinion, but can you ladies speak to how do they compare, and do we really have it good on the travel side?
Yes. Yes. Easy. Good.
What can you all tell me? And I'm not sure if there are any, like, I'm not in your industry, so I'm not sure if there are any things that I can't ask specifically, but are there fees that we can talk about, or are there monthly expenses? Are there educational costs? Like, how would you compare your journey in the real estate industry versus being a travel business owner?
I think well, as a realtor, I have to stay with my MLS. I have to pay a monthly. I pay for my MLS. I think that's quarterly. I pay for my license every other year. So if you have multiple states, that's multiple license. I pay for my CRM, which that is monthly. What else I pay for? I pay to be a part of different states to have access to different forms. So you're constantly paying. You're constantly paying. It's something every month. It's something. You have CE classes, continuing education classes. You have to stay on top of those. And for different states, there's different classes and a different amount of classes. For instance, in Pennsylvania, I have 14 CEs to keep up. In New Jersey, I have 12. In Delaware, it's 14. So different states is different things. It could be expensive to have a business in real estate.
I'm hearing it does indeed cost money to make money, is what I'm hearing you say.
It costs a lot of money to make a lot of money.
Right.
So with real estate, I put out a lot. I mean, I get big, but I'm putting out a lot. With travel, I put out something. I feel like it's kind of basically free because you pay your startup fee and then you pay your monthly fee.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're getting your clients, you get you as a realtor, you know, you're constantly, your wheels are constantly turning. You're constantly thinking new and better ways, more improved things to do to bring in clients. What can I do here? What can I do here? So you're constantly thinking of things, which then in turn, you're generating clients. And the clients, your profit from what you do, it pays for your business. So I look at it like this. I have a free business. I travel, sometimes free and discounted. It's a win-win. You can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You're as a realtor, you're talking to people anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What's one more piece? What's one more avenue of conversation?
What's one more avenue? Latricia, I'm gonna throw it to you, and then Tamara. How I see both of you all nodding in agreement. Like I wrote down MLS and licensing by state, which that was a shock to. I mean, it makes sense, but I guess I'm spoiled because with travel, once you're in it, we can sell to any state, any country. It's just that. So, is there anything else that you want to add, Latricia, as far as I'm kind of blown away. I've written a whole bunch of things that y'all have to pay for. I didn't even know.
that's not even including the startup, because if you even want to get your license, right, you got to pay for a class. I know
Yeah.
my class was like $500.
Yep.
Same.
And that's just for Florida. Then I had another class in New York. Then you got to pay for your exam. Then you got to, like Trish said, then you got to pay for your license. Then you got to pay for your, advertising, your business cards. And some brokerages, if you join them, they offer that stuff for you. So your startup, I mean, I remember just coming out of pocket like thousands of dollars just to start this process and get it moving. And like she said, paying for the boards, paying for the MLS, it's a lot. So when I came over to travel and the fee was so little, I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's great. And then when you book a few trips, you've already covered it. So now you're operating on your what's the word I'm looking for? Your
You're already in
profit
profit
now.
mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I ask my next question, Tamara, did you have anything that you want to add? I am mind blown, because you almost really have to have a passion to get started. Because you're putting out a lot before you get any return. And I didn't even realize that it was to that extent.
It's thousands of dollars. It's
Yeah.
thousands of dollars. And I say all the time, had I really been educated as to how much it would cost me to get in and then stay in, I probably wouldn't. So thank God I just had, a whole bunch of ignorance when it came down to the cost.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that, there's not even just when we put so much into it, and then you may or may not get, anything back. And there was another point I was trying to make. I think it went right out the door. But in addition to that, we're talking about one fee in particular. We were talking about the MLS, and that's the thing that allows us to be able to see, the houses. Even in my state, this isn't in every state, but in my state, they have multiple MLSs. So I may be able to sell here in this area, but if somebody, even though I'm licensed for the entire state, if somebody wants to see a house that's maybe further out, if I want to be able to help them, I got to pay to be into that MLS as well. And so there's just so much. But when I tell people, when you're comparing that to, to travel, I mean, it's absolutely nothing. And you want to be aware of that sometimes when you're talking to people, because they're thinking, oh my gosh, I got to pay how much every month? I got to pay. And I'm thinking, I got to pay thousands of dollars. I mean, I got to keep in mind the amount of taxes aren't taken out of that. So I got to set money aside to pay taxes. The wear and tear that's going to be on my car. You don't have to have wear and tear on your car when it comes down to travel. The amount that you're going to have to pay for, like there's errors and omission insurance. And also the fact that we have to pay for our own medical insurance. We're not, we work for ourselves. So there's a lot more that you have to pay and a lot more at stake when you're in real estate. So it's a very, very expensive. And then most people, when you sell a house, you're kind of expected to show up with a gift at the end. Congratulations. And, so it's a lot, and it's constant. It's constant.
And tell me, so another similarity that I see, and I know that we're wrapping up, but this just came to mind, the same way that our industry was affected by things beyond our control, I feel that your industry is also sometimes affected by things beyond your control. So are there any safeguards in place? Like when the economy is doing anything, is there anything to protect you to make sure that you're going to keep? No,
not at all.
No, we work for ourselves. Even when COVID happened, there were people who, of course, were laid off immediately, but they could go get unemployment. Well, because we worked for ourselves, we couldn't get anything. Well, then they had to hustle. The government had to hustle and say, okay, well, what about the people who are self-employed? Let's try to put these things in place. So there was really nothing for us.
okay.
And so then when it came out with the PPP, and it's like, okay, can realtors apply for that? Can we do this? Can we? And there was so much up in the air as to what we had. So we had no control. Everything just stopped. You couldn't show a house. You had closings that stopped.
Yeah.
So there's no, safeguard for that.
And I think about, thank you for saying that. I think about the agents who, when the world shut down, some travel suppliers were still paying them their agent commissions. And some travel suppliers still said, even though we're going to refund your clients, we're going to give you your commission, because the agent is the lifeline of a lot of these companies. They don't want to do commercials and newspaper advertisement. We're their voice. And so I don't love that for your industry, but I love that you all are able to just educate me and educate the people on what those differences are. The last two things that I want to compare are guarantees. I know that in our business model, we are offered a 30-day money back guarantee if you join the business and you decide that it's not the best fit for you. So I'm curious if there's anything like that in real estate. And then we have a profit guarantee. You know, if you spend a year and you invest your money and you do everything the company says to do, but at the end of the year, you haven't made a profit, they cut you a check for the difference to make you whole. So are there any similarities? I can almost tell by Tamara's face, and Trisha's like, you wish. Woo.
Oh,
I need to take
wish.
a snapshot of y'all faces.
Well, I mean, that is amazing I honestly tend to forget that, that the travel agency has that, protection there. But one of the statistics with real estate, and I know a lot of people think it's as easy as house hunters, but in the first year, 75% of
Yeah.
real estate agents quit. 87% don't make it to the first 5 years. So that money that you spent, it's a sunk cost. You're not getting that back. That's
Yep.
it. So that's how hard this business is. 75% of agents quit before the first year. And that money is gone.
Can I ask a question? And I'm not trying to be funny.
Sure.
Why is nobody saying that that's a scam? I'm not trying to be funny, but that is a shocking statistic. I've never heard that before.
That's the reality. She
That's
gives,
the reality.
yeah, those are facts that she just gave you.
That's the
Facts.
reality.
And then with Latricia mentioned, you have to go to school. You have to pass the class to be eligible to take the test.
So if you fail, is it for free to retake it? Like with us, we can take our test as many times as we want.
Well, it depends. I think it varies state to state.
Here you got to pay.
And then once you pass the class, you could take the test. In some states, if you fail 3 times, and it's not an easy test, I'm here to help tell you. That test had me reevaluating my whole life.
My whole life.
In Delaware, if you fail 3 times, you have to go back to school.
Mhm.
So it varies state to state on how things go. It's not easy. And that test is hella hard.
Wow.
And anybody who's ever taken that test will tell you, through the grace of God, I passed every state the first time.
Yeah.
But when I sat at that prompter, the first question, I was like, Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but that's a good question though, why nobody thinks that's a scam, because really the package is set up the same way. Like the amount that check, at the closing table doesn't come to us. It goes to the broker. It belongs to the broker. The broker gets their amount, and then here's what we've promised to pay you. Right?
Really?
Right. It's the same thing. That check is written out. I'm with Coldwell Banker. That check is written out to Coldwell Banker. That money goes to them. Then I have to wait for them to get it to me. And just like with the brokerage, they have the broker that's there. They get paid possibly by the company if it's corporate like mine, if it's a smaller one, but they get paid. Then they may have teams. They have people that are under them, right? And so it's the same model. So if you're okay with being a realtor, you got to be okay with the model when it comes down to travel. There's not a whole lot of difference there.
I see.
Actually, it's easier with
I
travel.
would think it's easier. It absolutely
It's
is.
easier with travel
It is easier.
than real estate.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as when people are saying with travel, oh, that's a scam because you got this person here and that's the only person making money, and they, or even this person gets this and then the rest of just gets this amount. Well, real estate is the same thing. There's a person that gets paid this, and then everybody else You know,
Correct.
it's that.
But
So
when you
that's
think of
not
it,
it's not.
Tamara, it's exactly what you said.
Mhm.
We have Planet. Once we sell a house, it goes to the broker. Once we
There you go.
sell our trips, it goes to Planet. They break us down, just like with the realtor.
Right. And that's why Tiffany was
Everybody
saying,
has
well,
to
why
get
is nobody
paid.
saying that's a scam?
Yeah, but even with your systems, you're paying for your systems, you're paying for your TC. Like everybody get a check before it gets to you.
That's correct.
And with travel, I mean, you get your percentage, but at least you get it quicker.
Mm,
You get it quicker.
it sounds like much faster. I have thoroughly enjoyed this education. If you are on the line, in the comment section, just please let us know if you found this conversation to be valuable. This has been very enlightening, very, very educational. I think I would be doing all of the guests a disservice if I didn't show them how they can go from hearing this information and definitely being now interested in taking a closer look at travel, because you ladies have truly laid out the differences, the similarities, and like you just said, if you can do it in one place, then I think we need to be doing it. We need to be taking a look at both industries. So what I'm going to get ready to do, for anybody that is able to stay on the line, I'm going to go ahead and pull up our quick business overview. It's not going to take long, but I want to just run people through the main points of what it takes to get started in this industry. So before I go, do you ladies have any closing words, any words of encouragement? And then as soon as you're done speaking, I'm going to unpin you, and then I'll pull up the presentation and just give everybody a quick overview of what our business model looks like. This has been incredible.
I can tell you one thing. With real estate, once you pass the test, you get fingerprinted, da, 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 da. It's about 4 weeks before you're actually in doing real estate. Whereas with the travel, it's a matter of second. It's a matter of push a button, and you have access to everything, and you can get started that day. Once you pass the test for real estate, that does not mean you are started. You still have to find a broker, a company to work with. You have to be fingerprint. You have to get cleared. And it's a lot of onboarding paperwork that goes down. And I would say it takes about at least a minute. A good company get you in 3 weeks.
Wow. Thank you,
Yeah.
Trish, for that. That is a nugget and a half. Thank you so much for that. Latricia, how about you? What is your closing statement for us?
Well, the one thing I wanted to know is just the support when you're in real estate, because it took me a while to find a brokerage where I would be able to not feel lost, because if you're new in real estate, you don't know what you're doing. I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that I wanted to help people. So it took me a while because you kind of are thrown out there on your own. So I had to like find a mentor, and in some brokerages you have to pay your mentor. Whereas here, I have all of you. I have the team. If I ever have a question, we have so many, trainings. We have so many things available to help give us the support. Even if you just want to reach out to someone and say, how do I book this all-inclusive Jamaica? There's always somebody to answer you, and you don't have to pay for it. We just give it freely to each other.
I love that. And thank you for the reminder, because sometimes we take for granted those small things that really do make our business run and make us more of a community and a family. So Latricia, thank you for all that you gave tonight. Absolutely phenomenal. And Miss Tamara, what closing words can you give us? I am so full from this conversation.
Well, I really love Latricia's point of when you're in, with real estate, because you find a brokerage. Real estate school does not teach you how to do real estate. And that's the biggest surprise to a lot of people. It only tells you, it's so hard because it's really real estate law. It tells you how to stay out of jail. Is basically what the law says. It does not teach you anything about how to go, houses, any of that stuff. You have to learn from your brokerage. And so it's a lot of information. And so I really do love her point, because I didn't even think about that. You come here, it's here. And of course, I was briefly with another agency and came here specifically because I felt like immediately that I was going to have the support that I need. And, the story of me signing my first person, I was on a cruise And and then I'm like, what do I do? And Tiffany's like, don't worry, I got you. And I kept trying to work. She was like, go enjoy the cruise. And I'm still, so the support that I felt like I had, like, nothing falls through the cracks when you say, hey, I got something going. So the support just is big for me. So I just think it's fantastic.
Thank you so much, Tamara. You have blown us away. All of you ladies, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And to the guest on the line, welcome once again. We are getting ready to dive in. What you just finished listening to was just an incredible overview from 3 real estate agents who are also travel business owners. So I think we just took away some great nuggets, some great similarities, and anyone who is in that industry will for sure have great opportunity to succeed in what you're getting ready to see, because I did not realize how much we had in common there. So I'm going to go ahead and get our very quick business overview pulled up. I want to show you all how you can get started in this industry. I'm going to give you a tiny bit about me, because I did not very much introduce myself when we started, but my name is Tiffany Dion. I am currently residing in Port St. Lucie, Florida, but originally from New York. And I've been with our company for more than 6 years. So the rank that I hold, which will mean nothing to you now, is that of 2-star director and IntelliTravel ambassador. It means I can train more than 94,000 agents. It is an honor. And it also means that our team has grown to the size of well over 300 independent travel advisors. So that being said, I want you all to know that whatever has brought you here, whatever your background, whatever your industry, all of the things, you are at the right place and at the right time and with the right people. Most of the people that are at a part of our opportunity work this business on a part-time basis. And so I want to say that again, we're seeing realtors who are also travel advisors, who also have full-time jobs elsewhere. So what you're getting ready to see, I want you to know it can fit in the midst of whatever you have going on. But I'm excited to be the first to welcome you all to the best place on the planet. Now, I'm getting ready to share with you all 2 businesses that are in a unique partnership with one another. You've got travel, you've got marketing, but first and foremost, we are going to talk about freedom. So when we hear the word freedom, many of us think a couple of different things. For some, we think about finances, right? You may even have a freedom dollar amount in your mind that if I had this much money in the bank, I could do some things differently. For others, it may be personal freedom, living life how and where and why you want to, right? Not having those constraints. And for some people, it's going after time freedom. We may know how much money we have in the bank. None of us here on the line know how much time we have left on the clock. And I want you all to imagine living a life where you had all 3, full control. Well, that would be designing your ideal life, quite frankly, right? So tonight we're going to teach you how you can earn more money in the world's largest industry, how you can travel more, save more, and experience more. I'm going to show you about empowering not just yourself, but other people as well with an unlimited income opportunity. I need just a couple of people to put in the chat real quick the word unlimited, because we truly mean it. We're going to talk about how you can benefit from e-commerce, having an online business. We don't have any inventory to carry, and there will never ever be any quota requirements for you to hit. All right. We're going to talk about becoming travel professionals, you all, earning travel commissions, of course, and learning the secrets of the travel profession. So I mentioned we've got 2 companies that we're going to talk about. The first up is Planet Marketing. We're based out of Atlanta, Georgia. We're an online.com company, and we're more than 7 years old with reps in more than 20 countries. Planet Marketing, we've got our president and CFO, Mr. Andy Coffin. We've got Leanne Treckler, our COO, and we've got our giant, our founder and CEO, Mr. Donald Bradley. So this gentleman is a documented multimillionaire. He is a marketing genius, and he has a mission for this company. It's to help ordinary people earn above an extraordinary income. But not only that, he says it needs to be right now income, meaning we've got weekly pay, and it needs to be residual monthly income. So you all are going to learn more about that in just a little bit. Commissions paid to date, I need you to understand we've paid out more than $186 million in commission over the last 7 years. Now, as a marketing company, we sell one product and one product only, and that product is the IntelliTravel.com home-based travel business. So IntelliTravel is a name you may or may not have heard of before, but they are actually the world's first home-based travel agency. So they're more than 30 years old, led by our co-founder and president, Mr. James Ferrara. IntelliTravel has every major industry award and recognition that there is to have. And again, the beautiful partnership is this: IntelliTravel sells travel, Planet Marketing sells travel agency franchises. So the only way that you can partner with this company, the world's first home-based travel agency, is to be referred or recruited by a Planet Marketing representative. So to the guests, I need you to go ahead into the comments for me and let me know, yes or no, did you know that commissions are already built inside of your travel bookings? Like every hotel and cruise line, every vacation rental, all of your trips, the commission is baked inside of the price. Maybe you went online and booked it. Maybe you booked it over the phone with your favorite brand. Guess what? They just kept your commission. It was already there. But when you become an independent travel business owner, you get to receive the commissions that are baked inside of the travel price. And the possibilities here are infinite. You're going to be earning 70 to 80% of the commission that's paid out. You're going to have a full-fledged at-home agency. This includes your very own booking portal. So if there are people in your life who want to book their own trips online, that's okay. Tell them to book it on your website instead, though, okay? That way you'll still earn the commission. You're going to be partnered with every major supplier worldwide. This is important, you all. We're not asking you to change your spending habits. Whatever your favorite brands are, keep booking those same exact brands. We just want you to get paid for it now. You may want to do group trips. You may want to book individual travel. Guess what? You can even do both. Everybody is traveling or they want to travel. And here you're going to have a turnkey business. Outstanding customer service and support, as you heard from the ladies, on-demand agent training modules that you have access to as soon as you log in, okay? You can work your business at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m., but either way, it is your business to run. You've got access to those major suppliers, like I mentioned, and also your own sales and marketing materials. Every single year, the company provides you with $100,000 worth of a budget to go ahead and click to order your brochures, your postcards, even sometimes a pop-up display. They want to help you build and promote your business, right? What do you have access to book? Check out the list in the lower left side of your screen, right? Everything that is travel, sports, and entertainment related, there is a commission built into the price. So we want you to start earning it, okay? I want you to know that travel is an $8 trillion a year industry. It is being fueled by multi-generations, right? The baby boomers, the millennials, Generation Z, and they know the same thing we know, that everybody is either wanting to travel or currently traveling. And a lot of us are booking it right from the comfort of our cell phone, right? It just makes sense for you all to start getting paid. So next, I'm going to move us into the show me the money portion of the presentation. I'm going to give you a few examples of some commissions that our agents have earned on previous trips. So first up is our frequent business traveler. This person booked a 3-night hotel stay 3 times a month directly through the portal. Now, I want you to picture this. Maybe they found your website online. Maybe it was a friend or family referral, or maybe it was you, because guess what? You earn commission even on your own personal travel. $151.20 was this particular trip. We love it. We're going to move on to our 5-day golf trip to Scottsdale, Arizona. This was a group of 4. The commission was $274.86. Do you think anybody is begging people to take golf trips, or are they just going? And when you position yourself as a travel business owner, now you get to receive the commissions instead of it going back to the resort, to the airline, to the hotel. Next up is a 7-day honeymoon at an all-inclusive resort in Cancun, complete with butler service, of course. And the commission that our agent took home was $561.79, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we want you to start earning income on travel that's already happening every day, every minute of every day. People are booking trips. And last but not least, a 5-day group cruise. Now, this was on a Royal Caribbean ship. They headed out to the Western Caribbean. Can we just admit that our families are going to have the reunions whether we want them to or not, right? But go ahead and volunteer for, because at the end of it, you can take home a commission just like this one, $2,240.17. I see you, Trish. It's the truth, right? We have no control, but go ahead and get a check at the end of that experience. Now, as you can tell, travel is fun, and we believe that you should be able to learn while you earn money. And we believe that you should have multiple classrooms to choose from. So your first classroom is online. This is where you're able to advance through different levels of certification and position yourself to, quite frankly, earn more money. So IntelliTravel has a university that you can work through at your own pace. And your favorite brands also have universities that you can work through at your own pace. And guess what? It's of no extra cost to you. So that's online. But next, we are going to mosey on over to our offline classroom, because this is where you get to experience travel from a client's perspective in something exclusive called an IntelliTrip. So an IntelliTrip is an opportunity for you to eat the food, drink the drinks, take a tour, take pictures to post on social media, whatever you need to do to learn about a place, turn around and promote it. So our agents headed out to Montego Bay, Jamaica at an all-inclusive resort for 5 days and 4 nights. I want you to know that the educational cost, $99 per person, ladies and gentlemen, not per night. This was the total per person. These are some of those industry secrets that we love to tell you about. This is how we want you to travel from the inside of the travel industry. And my second example, I'm so excited about it, an IntelliTrip on board a Royal Caribbean ship. Now, if you're wondering, okay, what is there to learn on a cruise ship? Well, you would have gone to all of the specialty dining restaurants to eat up all the food, so you can make recommendations in the future. You would take a tour of the different room categories so that you know the difference from one cabin to the next, take in a couple of shows, whatever you needed to do to then turn around and tell your network that Royal Caribbean is the #1 cruise line in the world, right? 8 days, 7 nights. Our educational cost was $399 for an ocean view cabin, or you could have upgraded to $559 for the balcony. Go ahead and let me know in the comments, are you an ocean view or balcony type of person? And the price that you see included the port fees and the taxes, okay? These are those industry secrets, you all. I'm so excited about it. Now, over the last 30 plus years, IntelliTravel has put some really incredible guarantees in place, not just for you, but for your client as well. So the first guarantee is our best travel price guarantee. IntelliTravel says when someone books a trip on your website, let's say a couple days later, they find the exact same trip, but just a little bit cheaper. IntelliTravel is going to step in and either meet or beat that competitive price. But if for some reason they can't, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to provide your client with a voucher for 110% of the price difference so that they'll come back and book with you again. Our second guarantee, it is for all of you watching this right now. IntelliTravel understands that starting a business, it's a decision. We want you to feel so confident in your decision that we're going to give you 30 days to test it out. So here's how it works. You start your business. Then from the inside of the company, you take the trips, you book the trips, you take the training, see it for yourself. Is this the right place for me? And if for any reason over the next 30 days, you decide that this was not the best fit, or maybe just not the right timing, you cancel, you get 100% of your money back, no questions asked. Now, our third guarantee, it's a unique profit guarantee, you all. You're not going to find this in the industry anywhere. IntelliTravel is so confident in their tools, their systems, their resources that they say, give us a whole year. We don't have contracts here, but if you stay a year and you do everything on this checklist and you haven't made a profit, guess what? At the end of your year, they will make you whole again. And you don't have to stop being an agent. You just go into year 2 back at 0. Isn't that incredible, you all? All guarantees, absolutely no risk. This opportunity is 100% risk-free. Doesn't it just make sense? And go ahead and put in the comments, if it makes sense, just please tell me, yes, it makes sense. It makes sense that since the commission for all of the trips that you're ever going to book is already built inside of the travel price, it makes sense that you be a travel business owner and make the money instead of it going back to the brands, right? That just makes sense. It also makes sense that you get to partner with a company that is going to make sure you have a best travel price, make sure that you have a money back guarantee, and they're guaranteeing you a profit. It just makes sense, right? Now, I'm going to be transparent for just a second, and you all can let me know if you agree. When I first saw this information more than 6 years ago, the first thing that came to mind was, if this is all of that, then how come everybody isn't doing it? Is anybody else on the line kind of having that feeling in their gut like, okay, what's the catch, Tiffany? What is it? That was my feeling. I said, this looks too good to be true. So what am I missing? Thank you, Sarah. I see you. Thank you for your honesty, right? Well, the answer to that question is the reason why everybody's not doing it yet is because we're not a household name yet. Not everybody knows about it yet, right? At some point, every company had to start from somewhere. Not everybody knew about Google before it was Google, right? Not everybody knew about Apple before it was really Apple, right? Well, you have an opportunity to participate in something that hasn't blown out of the water just yet. So what I'm getting ready to share with you all is the Planet Marketing Compensation Plan, because this is where you're going to unlock some additional streams of income. You see, travel, much like selling houses, when you book it, they take the trip, you get paid once, and then it's over, which is great, right? But now I'm going to show you how you can maximize and capitalize on both leveraged and residual income. You have an opportunity to get paid weekly, monthly, year after year, right? So let's dive in. When you start your travel business, a couple of things are going to happen. You may come across somebody who says, oh my goodness, I'm so excited, Sarah, that you got started because I want you to plan my trip, my next vacation, and you're going to do all the work. And Sarah's happy because she just got a client. But you may have that same exact conversation with somebody, hey, I just started a travel business. And the next person may say, wait, I've always wanted to be a travel agent. I've always wanted to own a travel business. How did you do that? Show me how. And when that person gets started and you sell the independent travel agency program to them, you're going to receive a $50 direct sale commission. So please understand, you are not required to recruit or refer anyone, but every time you do, you're going to be paid for it, okay? So $50 direct sale commission each and every time, but we don't stop there, because as you help people get started in this business, they're going to do the same thing you just did. They may tell their friends, their family, their social media, and when they refer people, they're going to earn their full $50, right? But as a thank you from the company, you're going to earn a 50% check match, or $25, every time one of your personal reps makes a sale. It's going to pay both of you at the same time. But we're not going to stop there. You also have an opportunity to earn up to 6 levels of $10 team bonuses. So as your team grows, there are $60 floating around looking for people to pay. And I'm going to dive into that. But on a base, simple level, anytime you refer someone, you're going to earn between $50 and $110 per sale. Anytime somebody on your team makes a referral, you're going to earn between $25 and $85 per sale. Now, we are all about awards and recognition, so I'd like to introduce you all to the Planet Builder program. This is where you're able to advance through the ranks with your personal sales. So the first stop in the Builder program is to become a bronze builder. It means you have helped a total of 3 people start their own home-based travel franchise. You have earned a minimum of $150, because 50 times 3 people, right? You have a pin, a social media banner. We are shouting you out and encouraging you, and then we're going to help you go silver. A silver builder has a total of 6 independent travel advisors inside of their organization. They have earned a minimum of $300. They have a new pin, a new banner, a new chair section, but guess what? We're not going to stop there. We're going to help you go gold. A gold builder has helped a total of 9 or more people start their own home-based travel franchise. I'm just going to ask in the chat right now, if we have any bronze, silver, or gold builders on the line, go ahead and shout yourself out in the chat. We are so proud of you, and we want to see you loud and proud. Now, while they do that, let me tell you what's going to happen. When you become a gold builder, you're going to unlock some additional streams of income. Just that quickly. Help 9 people and unlock 3 more streams of income, right? The first thing that you unlock is that first $10 team bonuses. So now when you refer someone, you don't earn $50, add 10. Now, when someone on your team refers someone, you don't get $25, add 10 to it. It's 35, right? The next stream of income that you unlock, we love this. This is some pillow money, okay? As you are referring agents to the company, one of the things that they are doing is booking travel. And do you know that because you're a gold builder, every single time they book a trip and every single time they get paid, you get a 10% match? So let's say that you are a gold builder and you referred that agent who booked their family reunion on board that ship. That agent earned their full $2,240 commission. You earned yourself a bonus check in the amount of $220. It comes to you You get your email notification. You don't know who booked the trip. You didn't know any of the people on that cruise. You're minding your business and your team is minding theirs. But because you referred that person one time to this company, that good deed is going to pay you week after week, month after month, and year after year. Next up, you're going to earn a 10% match on your personal reps matrix commissions. This is residual income. So I'm going to make this as simple as I possibly can. When you join the company, you create a matrix, and everybody who joins your team after you, no matter how many generations deep, they fall into your matrix, right? The company is going to pay you $4 per person per month for the rest of your life for everyone who falls inside of your matrix. I'm not kidding. The way that you open your matrix up is to recruit your second person. So when I had a team of 2, I earned $4 times 2 people. It was an $8 check, right? I want you to understand that as your team grows by the day, by the week, by the month, by the year, as does your matrix grow. Your matrix will max out once it accumulates $118,000 a month. Now I'm going to tell you something. It's not easy to do. You can't max it out in a week, in a month, in a year. I've been here 6 years. We're still not maxed out. So this is great news for you all. It means that every single month that you are in this business, your income has the ability to grow, maybe from 4 to 40 to 400 to 4,000 or whatever it is, but your income is going to grow as your organization grows. And again, as a goal builder, you get a 10% match. So let's say you have someone on your team who's earning a $4,300 check, which is paid out on the 10th of every single month, right? Well, in addition to all the income I've already showed you, you're also going to get a bonus check in the amount of $430 as a thank you from the company for referring that person that one time. Again, this matrix income is going to come to you monthly for the rest of your life, as long as you are active in this company. Next up, we're going to talk about directorship. Our directors program is an exclusive club that is meant for people who are looking to create a legacy income, generational wealth. I'm going to show you how to get there, okay? A director is simply a goal builder, someone who's helped 9 people, and collectively, their entire organization has grown to the size of 100 independent travel advisors. Now, when that happens on the first of the month, Planet Marketing says you need some more streams of income. So here's a $500 bonus, and it comes to you most likely before you even get out of the bed, right? The next thing that you do is you unlock your second level of those $10 team bonuses. So now when you make a sale, it's 50 plus 20. Now, when someone on your team makes a referral, it's 25 plus 20. There's a $20 bill attached to every single sale inside of your organization. So if someone 20 generations down joins your organization, right? That $20 is going to find you. It's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. From 1-star director, you're going to go to 2-star. A 2-star director has a total team size of at least 300 independent travel advisors. They're going to start the first of the month off with a $1,000 bonus. And now they have 3 levels of $10 team bonuses to go with. I want you all to see that we have a compensation plan mapped out all the way to 9-star director, someone with 100,000 independent travel advisors on their team. Right now, though, we're 7.5 years old. We're still growing. The top 3 income earners are still 6-star directors. So here's what I need you to know. The 3 of them are millionaires, okay? So if you have a 7-figure appetite, I want you to look right here around 6. They each are earning well over $100,000 on a monthly basis. That is residual income, ladies and gentlemen. I also want to give you one more benchmark before I move off of this slide, and that's 3-star director. This is where our 6-figure income earners are birthed. So if you have a desire to earn a minimum of $100,000 a year on a part-time basis, residually, you're looking right around 3-star directorship. Next up is our presidential ring and Rolex program. As soon as you started earning those 6 figures a year, Mr. Bradley and Planet Marketing are going to put some hardware on you. So you've got your sapphire, ruby, diamond, and double diamond ring. I want to just give you one quick testimony, and that is for our sapphire ring wearers. She is a wife. She is a mom of 6, a grandmother of 1, and a dog mom. And in less than 3 years, she secured a sapphire ring and was able to relocate her family from Illinois to Florida. Get this though, she did not come here with a previous background or a large network. She was a waitress, you all, with no formal education. And if she can do it, I am telling you, every single person on this line can have massive success as well. This screen is our income disclosure statement for 2022. This is a 1099 independent contractor business. So we report all income to the IRS, and what's on the screen right now is showing you your high, your low, and your average income for every single rank inside of the company. Now, I mentioned that this was a legacy business, right? The Planet Marketing Pledge is given to directors, and literally you're going to receive forms in the mail from the legal team so that you can name a beneficiary of your business. Because as a Planet Marketing Director, you can feel secure in knowing that in the event of your death, the Planet business you've built will outlast you. Your family will still receive your Planet Marketing weekly commissions, director pay, director bonuses, and monthly residual income. You can build something now, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to outlive you and live on forever. This is also a turnkey business. So I want you to know that all of the tools, the training, the events, everything that you need to grow an incredible business, you have access to. But speaking of events, can we just talk about convention for a second? It is taking place next month. We are so excited. Our international convention, Project Freedom, headed to Orlando, Florida. And let me tell you, our keynote speaker is none other than Dr. Eric Thomas, or E.T. the hip hop preacher. And we are so excited to be hosting him. There are fewer than 80 tickets left, ladies and gentlemen. So grab your ticket as soon as you can if you are listening to my voice right now. Let's get into it. How do I get started? Price is what you pay, value is what you get, and I want you all to be able to make a quality decision. All of the income opportunities that you've seen today, all of the perks, all of the benefits, it is a one-time and one-time only startup fee of $199.90 total for 2 incredible businesses. This gives you an opportunity to book travel and get paid, to sell travel agencies and get paid. You can open up to 8 different paydays per month, okay? You have the opportunity to leverage the benefits, the perks, everything that you've heard today for $199.90. Now remember, we're giving you a 30-day trial period. So after you join, it kickstarts, right? Take the next 30 days to see everything that you need to see. Book a trip, take a trip, experience the training, experience the community. And if for any reason you decide that this is not a good fit for you or not the right time, cancel, and that $199.90 is coming right back to you, okay? After the 30-day period is when we kick in with our monthly overhead. Now, every legitimate business has some type of monthly overhead. Ours is minimal. Our monthly overhead is going to cover multiple websites, your affiliate links, your ongoing training. It also covers all of your industry credentials, which on your own, you would be paying tens of thousands of dollars for. It includes your social media content. It includes so many things, right? Everything you need to run your business, $59.90 a month. Total. That is $2 a day, ladies and gentlemen, for a slice of pie in an $8 trillion industry. That is it, right? It's time to make a decision. There are typically 3 different types of people on the line. A number 3 says, no, thank you. You honored your commitment to show up tonight, and we appreciate that. Simply get back to the person who invited you here and say, this is just not for me. You may be a number 2, you may have questions. We're gonna get them answered right now. In about 10 seconds, literally, we're gonna unmute and you all can ask your questions, or feel free to start putting them in the chat right now. You may be a number 1, ready to go, $99 in Jamaica, where do I sign? We can help you get set up in the next 15 minutes or less and get you going on your journey to success. I want to say thank you all so much for your time and attention. You could have been doing a lot of other things, but you chose to spend this time with us. And the journey of 1,000 miles, it truly does begin with 1 step. And we invite you to start your first step in your journey with us right now. So I'm going to go ahead and unshare my screen and ask to all of the guests on the line, what questions do you have? I love to see your smiling faces. And congratulations to all the bronze, silver, and gold builders in the chat. I see you all. All right, all right. Thank you so much, Leonie. Thank you. All right. Well, I'm
Can
going
I
to
just ask my question instead of typing it?
Yes, you sure can. Tell me your name.
Oh, my name is Kathleen White.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So with access to multiple websites and travel just being ready at everyone's fingertips, why would someone, why why would someone rely on a travel agent versus doing it themselves? What's the,
I love this question. Thank you for asking it. A couple of things that really stand out. One, we are real people who are invested in making sure that their trip goes off perfectly, right? Or as close to perfect as possible. And I think especially after 2020, people want a real person. They don't want to call 1-800 numbers and get a new voice every time, have to re-explain what their questions or their issues are. They want a beating heart that's really going to be invested in them having the best vacation, the best experience. Another reason is that travel advisors typically offer either the same or better rates than what people can find on their own. So there have been times where someone is on a website and they're seeing it one way, but a travel advisor can get it for them hundreds of dollars cheaper, but they have to book it that way. Sometimes we have extra perks like onboard credit for cruises or, you know, in-room gifts and things like that. So there's a lot of value that agents can bring to a client. And once they find out that it's not going to cost them any money to do business with us, then for them, it's like a no-brainer because I get personalized service and it's not going to cost me any extra money. And then my favorite thing, just because I happen to be a cruise lover, is we have access to inventory on cruise ships that nobody else has. So there will be cruise ships that show as being sold out on the customer-facing websites, but when you go through an agent, we still have access to book those. And that makes us priceless with some of our clients. That's a great question. What other questions do you all have?
So you are a 2-star director. How much time did you need to put in to get to that level?
Great question. I am going to I've been here for 6 years, and I am going to just put some things into perspective because although it took me 6 years to become a 2-star director, there are people who have become 3-star directors in 90 days. So the people that are joining our company now have a much bigger advantage than even some of us who have been here because our company is going into momentum. People understand the need and desire for travel agents and travel business owners more than they even did back in 2017 and 2018. So the conversations are different, the company's moving at a faster pace, and people are able to advance much more quickly. Also, when I first got started, I don't like for people to necessarily compare their journey to mine because I was in the hospital and I was unable to walk for my first 13 months. So I didn't network. I didn't promote my business the way that I would have if I were starting over today. And like a lot of things weren't apples to apples. So the fastest that I've ever seen someone reach directorship was 40 days. And so that for me is that's what's possible. And I love that we have that type of representation inside of the company. So if that's a desire of yours, we plug you into the leadership team that has proven success, and we lock arms with you to help you get there.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. I see a great question. Thank you, CJ. Is the startup fee paid once or every year? It's one time. Thank you for that reminder. One time and one time only. There are no annual renewals here, which I absolutely love. No contracts, no renewals.
I have a question. Oh, you want to go, Katie?
oh,
You can go,
yeah,
Katie. You can go. You're the guest.
okay. Are you required to participate in mandatory activities or trainings, conventions, or all of that, or you have total control of how you want to do your thing?
100% control is what you have. You're not required to do anything at all. And I mean that from the soul. Most people don't know that my mother owns a travel business. She has never and will never be on a training. She will not go to an event except, well, our convention this year is at Moon Palace in Mexico. So she might pop up at that event, but you have complete control. Nobody's going to hound you and say, did you take this class? Did you talk to this person? Did you do sale? The only thing that you are required to do is stay within the guidelines of compliance. And so if there are rules as far as, well, you can't say this publicly, you can't post that, that's where you'll have, restrictions. But outside of staying in line with what the industry standards say we have to do or we can't do, there's nothing. And I love Tamara said no quotas at all, no training requirements. There's some agents who joined years ago and I've never seen them again. They're having a ball. They just don't want to be a part of the community. And that's 1000% fine, because your business is going to be what you want it to be. Great question. Where did Leonie disappear?
No, I'm here. I'm here. I was gonna say, so for example, if I decide I want to go ahead and book my own trip online, and being that I'm not a travel agent, I have no access to that commission that's basically built in. So I didn't make any money on that.
Correct. You did the same work.
Yeah.
You did the same work.
Yeah, the same work, booked everything, did the work, but never got paid for it.
Correct. And one of my favorite things to do is to help people who maybe they booked a trip within the last 30 days or the last 60 days, depending on how they booked it. Sometimes we're able to help them earn a commission. So some people are able to come through the door and we can get them earning a commission on their first couple of days, which I really, really love, because I don't know about y'all, but I felt a kind of way when I started thinking about all the hotel rooms I had ever stayed in and all the cruises I had ever been on. Like, wait a minute. I could have funded a college something like. Great questions. Any other questions?
Another question. Are there a dish in terms of competitiveness of in terms of cost of the different trips, different cruises, whatever it is? How competitive and is in travel? And you had mentioned earlier that if the person finds that same trip for lower than the cost, that there is a 110% price difference provided to the person. Is that guaranteed?
Yes. So that's when they book something on your website and you're like, hey, wait a minute, IntelliTravel, I found it. Here's my screenshot. I found this is the same trip. What's going on? They're going to price match it. It's only if they can't price match it that they'll give you 110% of whatever the difference is. But I've personally in 6 years never seen them not be able to match a price ever. And then all of your major brands, they also offer price matching because everybody wants to win the business. At the end of the day, they want to put heads in beds or however you want to say it, so if you come and say, okay, Delta, I see American Airlines has it for this, what's going on? Then Delta's going to do what they got to do and make their adjustments because they still want you to book it on their platform. They still want the business.
Are there any additional fees that are added onto the cost? Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you with my head shake. Like the cost of the trip?
Yeah,
Nope. It's really remarkable, and it's what it blew me away because legitimately, if you go on a website right now, your favorite cruise line or hotel, and you book it, we would have the same price on both of our screens. It's just that the commission amount gets filtered out to the travel agency. And it's like they've been gatekeeping this entire time, but there are no extra fees. Now, as agents, you can add fees if you want to. I know that's a separate conversation, but apples to apples, the price is exactly the same, or your price will be better as an agent, but it will never be worse. Great questions. Any other ones before we go? There's no bad question. You can ask as many as you need to.
The structure that went through really quickly. So for me, and I don't want to bog people down with that, I would need more time looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm a processor.
Of course, of course. Who invited you here? Was that Leonie?
Yep, my cuz.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
tell you.
hope she's not driving while she's doing this because that's really
She's gonna get in trouble. Leonie is, she's just one of my favorite human beings, like just on this earth. So we will make sure that between her and your future success coach, Monique Clark, who's also on the screen, they'll get with you. That way you can get whatever details you need, because I totally understand. So whatever other info, I'm sure that they will send you a message or give you a call in just a second, and we'll take great care of you. I'm excited for you.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right. Well, I'm going to ask you all to please get back again with the person who invited you here today, whether through social media or email or phone call. Let them know, yes, I'm ready to get started. I need my enrollment link. Tell me my next steps. Or no, maybe I have more questions. Let's set up a private time that we can get those answered. So I want to say thank you all so much for your time, for your attention. This has been incredible. And I wish you all a great Friday and a great rest of your weekend, or whenever you're seeing this recording. So take care, everyone. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, and thank you.